Okay, hello everybody. My name is Kati Marin. I'm an expert in continuous learning in Metropolia University of Applied Sciences.
And I'm Virve Oksanen from Laurea University of Applied Sciences.
And in this presentation, we want to introduce to you the possibilities of modular micro-credentials. And we show you the matrix that we developed with 5 universities of applied sciences last year in Finland.
Okay. Well, let's start by creating a shared understanding of the background. We have identified 5 customer profiles in continuous learning. We have Olli, the explorer, who studies out of curiosity and selects courses based on personal interests. He prefers informal and beginner-level courses on various topics. Then we have Kirsi, the skill enhancer, who actively follows developments in the job market and updates her skills as needed. There's Oona, the deep learner, who holds a stable job and aims for an expert role. She studies with clear intent to deepen her expertise and advance her skills. Pekka, the degree seeker, on the other hand, views a new degree as necessary for a career change and actively collects credits to complete one. And lastly, Sami, the degree finisher, recognizes labor market instability and seeks job security by completing an unfinished degree. So these profiles illustrate that continuous learners have diverse life situations and learning goals, ranging from self-improvement to career advancement and job market competitiveness.
We offer a wide range of opportunities for these diverse continuous learners in Finland. We have open university courses, micro courses, MOOCs, micro-credentials, specialization studies, and other informal learning materials like podcasts, videos, and webinars. But these current offerings in Finland often appears fragmented, so it's difficult for learners to understand how they could expand and deepen their expertise. Or we have defined the programs which leaves learners with limited flexibility to create personalized learning pathways aligned with their unique skills levels and needs. So that's why the national strategy for continuous learning in Finland has encouraged higher education institutions to expand, develop and renew our educational offerings for continuous learners. We have also been involved in the national Digivisio 2030 project with aim to develop a digital platform for continuous learners, bringing together the educational offerings of all higher education institutions in one place. And in addition, the development work of these micro-credentials has challenged us to critically and learner-centeredly evaluate existing approaches and practices for organizing education. We are thinking, how should we design micro-credentials to better address the individual needs for learners and the rapidly changing skills demands of labor markets.
So to develop micro-credentials in Finland, we need to understand the context. We recently, last April, received our national framework for micro-credentials that is still in draft form. The framework defines 17 standard information elements. And in our work, we decided to focus on standard information elements 6 and 9, learning outcomes and skill levels. They are crucial for ensuring the clarity and credibility of micro-credentials. The learning outcomes of a micro-credential define the specific knowledge, skills, and competencies that the learner is expected to acquire upon completion. And we want to emphasize the practical skills, what a person is able to do. So these outcomes should be clearly described to ensure transparency and alignment with both educational and labor market needs. Standard information element 9 in our national framework is skill levels. The skill levels in the framework are defined using the Dreyfus model of skill acquisition. This model helps classify acquired knowledge and skills in an easily understandable way. Why is this important? Firstly, reliable assessment. Defining skill levels helps universities, employers, and learners themselves reliably and consistently assess skills. Secondly, learning progression. So skill levels provide clear paths for learning progression, motivating learners and helping them see their progress. And thirdly, academic recognition. Using skill levels in accordance with the National Qualifications Framework facilitates academic recognition and quality assurance. And why use the Dreyfus model? Because it's more understandable for individuals and labor market than simply stating a level like EQF 6 or 7. And here's the framework, actually. The levels are as follow. A novice, who is a beginner, who has just started to learn and acquire knowledge and skills. A beginner is a person who has acquired basic knowledge and skills and can apply them in simple situations. Then we have competent performer, a person who can apply their knowledge and skills effectively and independently in more complex situations. We have proficient performer, a person who can use their knowledge and skills intuitively and flexibly in various situations. And then we have expert, who is a person who has deep mastery of knowledge and skills and can apply them creatively and innovatively. And in our opinion, the most important and meaningful aspect of the Dreyfus model is its focus on the standard of work and autonomy, which are also valuable pieces of information for employers. So what did we actually do? At first we compared the learning outcomes of the courses. We quickly noticed that learning outcomes were described very differently within the university, let alone between 5 different universities. Learning outcomes and skill levels were often simply stated as EQF level 6 or 7. So there was a lot of work to be done to be able to speak the language of micro-credentials. Then we engaged our experts and used AI to standardize the learning outcomes and skill levels. And only after this were we able to create a modular structure, which you will see in the next slide.
So based on these foundations, we ended up to develop a matrix of modular micro-credentials. And guided by the matrix, we could create a micro-credentials which enable the expansion of expertise on various topics at the specific skill levels. Or we could create micro-credentials which enable the deepening of expertise in specific topic. We can also add to the matrix informal learning materials like podcasts, videos, which can attract learners to study micro-credentials. If we check this matrix from the perspective of our learners, it could look like this. We have Oona, who is having stable position in working life as an expert and team leader. He wants to know more what kind of new solutions robotics could offer for the care of the elderly. And she needs to expand her knowledge fast to level of expert in this topic that she could do sensible investment proposal for the company management. Then we have Olli, who is right now unemployed and wants to gain more experience in elderly care to achieve a new job. He's not entirely sure what he should study. So he explores different topics through informal materials and beginner level courses. He finds himself increasingly interested in memory-related knowledge and deepen his understanding of this topic. And then we have Kirsi, who is actively following the development of working life. She expands his expertise into new topics and appreciates flexibility of the studies. She's happy that she's not forced to study modules that she knows already or are not useful for her right now. And if we would create these micro-credentials with companies, and we would co-create it with them, we hope that also the companies would be willing to buy these education offerings from us for their employees.
Okay, so we finish by leaving you with the following image. Could this be the future? What needs to happen for a continuous learner to be able to visualize and create their own learning path, like the Tokyo Metro map? The main lines of the Tokyo Metro map represent major areas of expertise. The stations on these main lines represent specific skills or knowledge that can be learned or developed. Transfer connections between different lines symbolize opportunities to combine and expand skills across different subjects. This metro map metaphor helps visualize how different areas of expertise and skills are interconnected and how they can be developed in continuous learning. It also highlights that learning is not linear, but offers opportunities to combine and expand skills in various directions. Thank you.